We're back. Blitz Cup round 3. This is, for those of you that don't know, I'm also setting up my boilerplate while I'm doing this, by the way. I'm like prepping everything. This is a speed coding competition. Knockout round. Knockout rounds, speed coding. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's quite intense, as you will probably see. However, give me a second. Okay, so with T-minus 3 minutes, we're about to start. Let me switch to this view. So about to start. My opponent this time is turmax. So yeah, it's been a good run, guys, but this might be the end of the run. And that's because, you know, we got through 2 IGMs somehow based on just speed, pure speed. But now we're against an LGM, a Legendary Grandmaster. One of the best in the business. He's, I think, like easily top 20 on the site in terms of current rating. And yeah, it's going to be a tough one for sure. I'm going to try my best. We'll see how this one goes. Yeah, let's see. This guy made it to the semifinals last year, if I remember correctly. And also we might have him on the stream afterwards, after the round. So that's the plan. We will discuss the problems, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. This will be fun for sure, but maybe not for me. Let's do this. Do this. I'm ready. Need a bit of water. So the scoreboard wasn't working last time. It now should be working. It's right here above my head. So yeah, I mean, you'll see that working hopefully during the round. Okay, let's go. I can't see the stream, the chat, by the way, for the stream until the end, but I now know that the chat exists, which I didn't last stream. So at the end, I'm not allowed to look at the chat during the stream, obviously, because you can give me hints, stuff like that. Last time, apparently, people were saying in the chat that I'd misread the problem. That was true, and I didn't know this. So yeah, I will look at the chat afterwards, after the round, right at the end. So it's 40 minutes. We're starting in 15 seconds. Here we go. Let's go. Good luck, my friend. So for those who don't know, it's one problem at a time. Whoever solves it first gets the points. This is a pretty big delay for problem. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh no. Come on. I don't have this, if I don't have something smaller than this value. One, two, what? Oh, I'm not erasing. What? How am I not printing anything, man? Excuse me. Wrong answer test 4. Okay, what's wrong with this? Okay, he solved it. Alright, GG. GG on problem A. That, man, I don't know what I did wrong there. I mean, it took me a while to find these bugs, but alright. Yeah, I feel like that was solvable. But we lose problem A. So the way the standings work, we have 1 minute in between problems. And the way the standings work is that he submitted 6 times. Wow. Okay. Wait. Yeah, the way the standings work is that problem A is worth 2 points, then 3, then 4, and then it increases by 2 every time. Okay, on to problem B. Hey, the scoreboard is working, by the way. That's cool. Make them odd. What are we making odd? We're about to find out. There are positive integers. For one move, you can choose any even value C and divide by 2 all elements that equal C. You need to find the minimum number of moves of transforming A into an array of only odd integers. Okay, I divide all C's into, yeah, okay. I just start from the biggest value and store them. What? What? Okay. All right. So he's got B. This will be interesting. This is going to be interesting because I think the gap only gets bigger for the harder problems. But all right. I don't know how he solved that one that fast. I think A was, you know, A we both had a bunch of mistakes. It seems like he was submitting a lot. But Maxime solves B in very little time. Okay, on to C. bracket coloring, or a regular bracket sequence. A bracket sequence is beautiful if one of the following conditions. It's regular, one of, or if the order of characters the sequence is reversed, it becomes regular. You have to color it in such a way that right, how many colors are there? The minimum number of colors, or report that it's impossible. What? Wait, how do you do this? So I've got a bracket sequence, and I need to divide it into subsequences so that each one is either regular or inverse regular. Okay. Or report that it's impossible. So it'll be impossible if the number of brackets isn't equal, and otherwise, how many colors will it need? So it's increasing, decreasing. Let's say we go negative. I mean, it's so reversing the string and it being regular bracket sequence is just the same as swapping the characters, swapping the open brackets for the closed brackets, right? And it being a regular bracket sequence. So all I need to do is say is it just how many times this thing hits 0? Like if it goes up, down, back down, up. So I mean, tricky thing with it is I'm just going to make an assumption that something is correct and go with it because I'm not going to. Right, then this, I don't think this is, I'm close enough, I'll just submit. This is very not good. Wait, what? Oh, you have to color it. Okay. Wait, what am I doing? Wait, this is just wrong. Yeah, this is just wrong. I think the number of colors might always be at most 2 though. Because you just take like all the increasing lines and then all the decreasing lines at the end. And then same the other way around. So the question really is, can you do it in one color? Okay, I think he'll have seen this by now. I will be honest, but I just don't know how to construct this. So when can you do it in one color? That's if it's just a regular bracket sequence, right? So I've got to check if it's so if sum is not 0, then I just print -1. And I finish this test case. I don't need this. That was a stupid idea. All right, and then I just check if the whole thing is already a regular bracket sequence, and either way around. And in that case, yeah, I started coding on this one too soon. I think I should have thought about it fully because I just made a stupid assumption. Okay, it's just if it's not, how do I construct the sequence of brackets that does it in 2 layers? So I construct all the. I think I just take. I just take the halfway point of all brackets and count whether I've got. No, I haven't fully got this one down. So I've got 4 brackets on this side, 4 brackets on that side. Let's say it's a mix. Okay, so all right, he gets it. And something crashed. What crashed? You're just telling me that my problem A crashed. It was like, this is 10 minutes ago. Okay. All right, ABC down. All to him. Maybe this should be expected. Okay. Yeah. I was nowhere near solving C. I think like I had somewhat of an idea of how to solve it, but nowhere near finishing a construction, implementing it. Problem D. Or not. Maybe not. Fractal. Oh boy. Ever since famous Berlin abstractionist Herbert of Fractals, he made the main target of his canvases. So this is just waffle. He takes the squares big as n by n squares and paid some in black. He takes a quick square paper and paints the fractal and flying on. Every square that remains white is divided to n squared small squares, and some of them are painted black according to the model. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So like if it's just top right, then you divide it into n squared, you paint top right, then you divide each one into that many, then you paint top right of each one that wasn't black, and so on. N and K, where K is the amount of steps of the algorithm. Oh, this is just implementation? What is this? Oh, this is just implementation. Oh, so we just have to figure out if square is black. N to the K by N to the K. So that's almost 3 to the 5 by 3 to the 5. I mean, if it's outputable, then it's doable. So the issue is I can't go through all fractals, right? I have to go through just all squares. Okay. N to the K times N to the K. So this is actually not that bad. Oh, it's output only. I'll do that later. And what am I doing? Okay, so I've got the strings. Wait, what? Oh, it's n by n. It's n by n. Oh, that's right. It's n by n, and then m is the number, and again k is the power I'm raising it to. So n to the k, right? So m is like the way to the final grid, and then I just need to go through every cell. And just print every cell, and the way I'll determine every cell is just by dividing the coordinates. So star I assume is black, so I'll just divide the coordinates by if grid I mod k jj mod k equals star, then cout star break runtime error. I'll test one, and he solves it. Runtime error on test one. Wait, I didn't even test. Yeah, okay, I got a runtime error. Again, I'm just having to go super fast. Yeah, that's some bug. Don't know what it is. I mean, I can take a look at this quickly. Wait, when did he solve it? How long do we have? This reload is it's getting slower. 28 seconds. Okay. Yeah, what was wrong with this? If I just do 3. Yeah, okay, something's wrong with this. I guess we already knew that. But yeah, importantly, it wasn't the input-output stuff that I added right at the end. Besides, the action should be performed in the given order. 1. Show the ID, pay money, and fingerprinted. For each action, separate windows single out. K1 separate windows for first, K2 and K3. Service time for one person in any of the first type window equals what? T1. T2 and T3. Okay. Service time depends only on the window type and is independent for the person. At some moment, N people come into the embassy. The ith person comes at the moment in time. CI. The person is resident to some number. This is so convoluted. Let's consider that the time needed to approach the window is negligible. The table can show information for no more than one person at a time. The electronic queue works so as to immediately start working with the person who's approached the window. Approach the window as there are no other people in front of the window. The client. The largest time a person spends was minimum. Consider that all actions except for being served happen instantly. Okay, let's look at the input specification because this will help. Oh, this is the number of windows, as in the number of cashiers, or like the number of stalls, not the number of ranges. Okay, so we've got K1, K2, K3, T1, T2, T3. So they're just 6 numbers, and then a number of people, and then a bunch of Cs. So let's consider the time needed to approach the window is negligible. The table can show information for no more than one person at a time. I don't get the point of this line here. So are we just sending people to windows? Why are we... The person is registered under some number. After he sits in the hall and waits for his number to be shown on a special board. I don't get why they've added this paragraph, basically. Besides, person's number the board shows, the number of the window where one should go, and the person goes there immediately. Let's consider that the time needed to approach the window is now, yeah, the table can show information for no more than one person at a time. But if the time is negligible, then surely you can basically show it for as many people as you want, right? What? The first test, 5 people come simultaneously at the moment of time equal to 1. There is one window. Yeah, this is exactly what I need to know. There's one window of every type, and it takes 1 unit of time to be served at each window. That's why the maximal time a person spends in the embassy is the time needed to be served at the windows, plus the time the last person who comes to the window waits. The first window of the first type. So it takes 5 seconds. Wait, what's 1 to 6, the first person? Wait, why does it take 5 seconds? They take 1 second each, right? 1 to 6. The first person is there from 1 to 6. Why are they there for 5 seconds? Right. Don't understand this problem. For each action, several separate windows are singled out. K1 separate windows for the first action. This might just be a major scale issue on my part. I don't know. The service time for one person in any of the first type window equals T1. Takes T2 and T3. And then once you get to the window and do what you need to do, then you're done, right? Why is the first person at the first window for 5 seconds? I don't get that. Okay, so let me look at this. First person is at the first window. The second person is at the second window of the first type, starting at time 2. Oh, so you actually just, yeah, this board, you actually just can't tell people to go to certain places, multiple people at the same time. Two. So what's happening from at time 3? These people are just waiting. Why is this person at this window for 5 seconds? I still don't get this. Okay, I'm gonna assume it's because they're just at the window. They're done being served, but they have to stay at the window. They have to stay at the window before they're called to the next one. When does the first person go to the second type window? Second type window, 6 to 7. First, 7 to 8. Second, 11. Okay, so you've got to stay at the window and nobody else can go to the window while you're still at the window. But then 2 to 7. So what's happening on time 3? Why isn't this guy done? 1. Periods of time needed to fill one person in the window of the first type. So that's 1, right? You need 1 second to serve this person. Is the sample wrong? It's probably not. It's probably not wrong. Okay, 7 seconds it says. Yeah, okay. It's all the wrong one. I actually have no idea what just happened there. I just fully didn't understand this problem. I don't get how this sample does what it's doing. That's the funniest thing that's ever happened to me in a contest. Okay. Yeah. That's quite funny. I'm getting demolished as well. All right. Let me get a quick drink. I'm going to say well done. I don't know how hard that problem was because I didn't understand it, but okay. I mean, well done regardless. On to F. Subway innovation. The subway station is located in a straight line, one after another. The trains consecutively visit the stations as they move. You can assume the stations are on an x-axis. The ith station is at the point, it's called an xi. In such a case, the distance between stations I and j is the distance. Okay. Currently, the Ministry of Transport is choosing which stations to close and which ones to leave. The residents of the capital won't be too enthusiastic, so it's decided to show the best side to the people. The Ministry wants to choose the K stations that minimize the average commute time. Assuming that the train speed is constant, the average commute time in the subway is calculated as the sum of pairwise distance between stations divided by the number of pairs and divided by the speed of the train. Yeah, so the speed is constant, and so it's just the average distance, right? It's the average distance between stations, and there are n of them. And even if we close them, we still care about the number of. Just got a notification that someone subscribed. That's kind of. I should have turned that sound off, but I appreciate it. Help Minister of Transport to solve this difficult problem. Write a program that given locations of the stations selects such K stations that the average commute time in the subway is minimized. Okay, so in this case, the optimal answer is to destroy station 1. The average commute time will be equal to 1. So we don't factor the stations into the average. Okay, fine. So we're just choosing which ones to remove from the average commute time. The average commute time here is, so if we ignore the over 2, it's just the sum of pairwise distances of all stations. And so if we're removing a station, if we're keeping a station, it's just the distance to all other stations that we're keeping. So how many stations do we have? 10 to the 5. Okay. I mean, we could figure out here what the best way to delete all these stations if you had n squared time is fine, because you could do a DP of like how many stations you've deleted. So the cost of keeping a station, if you know how many stations to your left you deleted, you already know how many stations to your right you'll be deleting as well. And so you know like how many how deleting this station affects the results. Okay, so we visualize all the distances as like this. So, I mean, realistically, we shouldn't be deleting. What if we do some kind of greedy here? Like, what if we need to delete some prefix and some suffix? This might not necessarily be correct. So if we have like a big clump of places together, and then a big clump of other stations far away from them, and then like one station in the middle, do we want to delete the station in the middle? Yes, we do. Because it's just so far away from everything else. Right, do we? depends on how many stations we're deleting. What if we just need to delete one station? So this station will have, let's say that the other stations are all in the same place. So like this distance is A, this distance is A. So this station has like A distance away from everything. And these guys have around two A distance to half of the stations. Oh, so you still actually want to delete this station. It's slightly further away from everything. Huh. You still want to delete the outer station. I don't know. Is it some prefix and some suffix? I haven't found a counterexample to it yet. It probably isn't, but I thought this would be a counterexample, and it's not. If it was some prefix and some suffix that we're deleting, then we just have to try every possible prefix and suffix, right? Because we know the size, we know like the range we're keeping, so we just need to calculate. This is probably wrong. This is probably wrong. I think it's wrong, but I don't know if it's wrong. Could it be a prefix and a suffix? What if I need a better counterexample to this? I mean, I could just assume it's correct again, but I don't really like doing that. There's only one sample as well. That's kind of weird. And I'll just assume it's correct. I do not endorse this. I don't endorse assuming things and just writing them and proving by submission. It's just the format of the competition I'm in, as well as the opponent I'm against, just makes this something I want to do. What am I doing? I assume that's sorted. Let me just make sure anyway. All right, how many am I keeping? Oh, that's A. I here being the last element in the group. Yeah, like guys, this is probably wrong for whoever's watching, but I'm just implementing it anyway. I don't know why, because I haven't proved it's wrong. I guess. Yeah. Okay. So what's the output? Just the indices of the values we're keeping. So now I need to I equals k as last name. So now I need to insert remove I minus k. How do I remove that? I do sum dist. I need to subtract all the distances from. I'll subtract it from sum first. Sum minus equals a room, and then sum dist minus equals k minus 1 times. Wait. Sum minus k minus 1 times a room. Oh, he got it. He got it. Yeah, I didn't even get to see if this was correct. Okay. Yeah. That was kind of a blowout. I mean, we've got 2 minutes left, so I assume he won't solve G in 2 minutes. And I know for sure that I won't, so I think that's probably it. Yeah. Well played. Tough one. Tough one for me, for sure. But yeah, really well done. What is this? Someone's really having fun. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Someone's really having fun with this problem, with the constraints. I don't think this is the highest value you can solve for, and then if they put an 8 here, then, you know, the time complexity is too large. Okay, yeah, I think that's basically it, honestly, unless something changes here. GG. So for those of you that are watching, I'll check the chat. I'll see what you guys think about this in a few seconds when this is over. And also, we will hopefully go on a call with turmax and discuss what happened. So yeah, let me set this thing up, set everything up. Also, I'll check the chat real quick. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Yeah, I guess I don't think I was winning this, guys, in hindsight, but it was not a close one. All right, let me say GG's to the opponent. Okay, we're setting up the call. Okay, here we go. Let me switch back to this. Hello?
Hi.
Hello. Hi. Wait, let me. Yeah. How are you?
Fine. Nice match.
Yeah, GG. Well played. Yeah, that was pretty dominant, as I'm sure you know. Yeah, good work.
Thank you.
Nice. So you're through to the live rounds on the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Also,
you play with Igor. Yeah.
You're with Igor.
No, I will play with Igor in the next one.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the matchups were already out.
Yeah. How was problems to you?
Okay. Yeah, they were they were quite like, I mean, I was way behind on some of them, honestly. Like there was one that I didn't understand. I think I might have been reading the wrong sample explanation just based on, I just looked at the chat and they were saying something about me reading the wrong explanation or something, but I just didn't understand the problem at all. Even like when you solved it, there were a few, like the first few, I think I basically knew the solution for, like A and B, but just wasn't in time. C, I think I had a rough idea for, but wasn't implementing yet when you solved it.
A is very hard. I didn't get it from first try.
Wait, what was A? I forgot what A was.
A is that you like every time you add max of some subsequence.
Oh right, yeah. Wait, was that just that, like the smallest element not in the set had to be less than you forever, had to be greater than or equal to your value at each step, that to the new value. So like for each prefix, the smallest element not in the prefix, like the max of the prefix has to be greater than or equal to this value, right?
Yeah, but I think about this in different ways. You every time you should write a number that is at most your maximum plus one.
At most your maximum plus one. Yeah, but also if you have like if you have 1, 2, 3, and like 10 in the array, then you can't add like 11, right? Because you, oh right, because I see what you mean, because you won't have any gaps because you can't have added anything bigger than the maximum plus one.
Yeah.
So if you start with an empty array, then that just works.
But first I submit just like AI is at most I plus one and go to a wrong answer for.
Actually, yeah. That's a cooler way of thinking about it. Actually, yeah. Nice. Okay. So yeah.
You also tried D. Oh, and you even didn't forgot about this input output.
I did try D. Yeah. D was input. D was the fractal one, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was that. Yeah, that was just implementation, right? I think unless I missed something, that was just like do it. I don't know what was wrong because I submitted without debugging, and then you solved it immediately after I submitted it.
I'm reading now your solution. Like it seems correct, but like there is some mistake probably. I see. It should be E modulo n and G modulo n, not modulo k.
Oh, I'm taking mod K. Okay. That's a mistake. Quick debugging. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's a shame. I still don't know if I submitted that before you though, because I don't know. We'll have to see. Your notification came up quite quickly after. So this is This is wrong. This should have been a modulo n for me. Yeah, I'm just showing it on my stream.
Health problems. C was nice here.
C, I didn't get the idea for C, I think. I realized, I thought that the answer was at most 2. I'm not even sure about that, to be honest. I mean, talk us through C if you want. You can like screen share if you want as well. Or
yeah, answer is at most 2. And like, yeah, I can share my screen.
Okay, but
okay. So you have, well, how to post? Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so you have the some bracket sequence. Example this. Firstly, if the number of opening brackets doesn't equal to the number of closing brackets, then the answer is obviously -1.
Yeah.
Then we can like understand this bracket sequence as something like this path.
Yep.
But I have to write it more. If there is like, if whole the path is above 0 or whole the path is below 0, then the answer is 1. Otherwise, we can split it into the part which is above 0 and into the part which is below 0. And this would be the position on 2 colors.
Yeah, okay. Nice. That's very nice. Yeah, okay. I guess I hadn't like laid that out that nicely, so maybe I just got lucky with the at most 2 guess. But yeah, very nice, very nice. Good explanation too. Nice use of colors. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, she was quite nice then in that case. What else was there?
Okay, problem B.
B, make them odd. Yeah, this one. So for this one, you have to you're given an array and you have to divide. You can choose any value and divide everything that's equal to that by 2. So you're basically merging, like you basically have a set, right? And you have to make every value odd. And this is also just like an implementation, right? You just have to find a way of, I mean, you have to choose numbers in the right order, but if you just choose them in decreasing order, I think you can never go wrong. So you just go through the numbers from biggest to smallest, and divide them by 2 if they're even, and reinsert them into the set.
Yeah, you can implement it in such a way, yeah. But I implemented it in a bit different way. Like,
okay, let's see.
Just the answer. Okay. Like the answer is just the number of different values in sets. Okay, well, we have numbers on this. Then we should make operation in these numbers. So the answer is just number of elements in this set for all AI. Like 8, 4, 6, 10, 7. This gets us just 10. This gets us 4 and 2. 4, 8, 4, and 2. This gets us just 6. So the size of this set is.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, is there an analog to set in Python?
Is there an analog to set in Python? There's just set exists, but we're using Python for this. set
Yeah,
doesn't exist.
I was using Python. Yeah.
Oh, you use Python. Oh, okay. Yeah, there is set in Python, but wait, did you not use set at all? At the end, did you not like do like set brackets and the values that? So I assume you
I used the dictionary and then print length of this dictionary.
Ah, okay. You can just you can, like if you have a list, you can just do like you can just write set brackets and then the list, and it'll turn it into a set, and you can do length of the set. But
yeah, but I can't
insert.
I can't make the like biggest element or smallest element. I didn't. This wasn't into this problem, but.
Yeah, I mean the way I was using set, you needed to iterate through it, and I don't know if I know off the top of my head how to iterate through a Python set so that you can like insert things into it while doing so. I think okay. Yeah, good solve. I guess you seem to often have like a different way of looking at things that makes them maybe easier to implement, or just like a way of looking at things that's an interesting.
But here we just need to implement it faster.
yeah, but I mean, even my implementation that I was going to do, even though I ran out of time, was like slightly different from yours. I mean, it's the same thing, but I was like iteratively actually going to divide the numbers by 2, whereas you just like chucked them all in a set and didn't erase them basically while you were doing it. The first 2 were definitely like just a speed rate. From C onwards, I think C and then E onwards, I was already starting to like need to think about the problems. And when you need to think against you, maybe it's game over.
Also, I can say that G is just like Grandi function. You need to compute its value.
Grandi function. Yeah. Game theory. Yeah, I didn't actually read G properly. Actually.
No, but yeah, it just was less than a minute remaining.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, there was 1 minute remaining. I was mainly just looking at the constraints. I thought this was the fact that they did like 777 was.
I don't exactly understand the constraints now. How many 7s are there?
It's like 7 times 10 to the 11. There are 12. There are 11 7s, I think. Wait. Yeah, there are 12 7s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So it may be not. It may be not so easy implementation. There are so many steps.
Yeah. Okay. So this is Grundy, you say?
Yeah. Yes.
What I kind of want to know is what problem E was. So yeah, I guess we've basically talked through A, B, C, D in some order, but what was problem E, if you don't mind telling me?
You don't understand the other statement.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, it's hard to understand, but.
Oh yeah, so the note was about the second test. All right.
Yeah, I can.
I see.
I can do it. Wait, you need to erase everything.
Oh, and this is a 5. Okay. Yeah, maybe I understand it, but I think it'll very much help if you clear things up.
You have n people, which are going to the queue in the moments of C1 and Cn. And you have, like, this is some bureaucracy process. You have, like, K1 windows which, like, make you a stamp in time T1. Then after making a stamp, you should go to one of K2 windows, which like make this stamp better in the time T2.
Yeah.
Then you should go, and then there's windows, which make this stamp even more better to get you like passport already.
Yeah.
So and for
the system.
And people are coming, and you should just you should create such a schedule of how the windows would work, so that minimize maximum of like time which person each person CI was in this place, like the total time of person CI.
Yeah. So you don't want anybody waiting too long, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And is there anything about? There was something in the statement about like you can only have like everything happens instantly, but you can only have one number on like the announcement board at a time or something. So can you like
No. It was clearly like I was reading statement in Russian actually.
Yeah.
It was written in the statement that you can have as many numbers as you want in this electronic board.
You can have as many as you want on the electronic board.
Yeah, like this is not the constraint.
Oh. Okay. Wait.
It was written like not one.
Here it says the table can show information for no more than one. So like at most one person at a time. Maximum one in English.
Yeah, I will read it in English.
I mean, I think you can't really interpret it this way anyway, because the time needed is negligible. So I kind of assume that you can have as many as you want, in a sense.
Show information for no more.
Let me.
No, I'll click on front.
I don't know how I can actually. I don't think I can change.
Show information for no more. Wait, yes.
Maybe that's a mistake in this version, but
in Russian there is no word no. In this sentence.
That's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't think it changes it that much, to be honest. It's like, I think you can determine that, like, the problem is equivalent even if you can't do that, just because everything is instantaneous. It was just slightly confusing. Yeah, okay, so this makes sense.
In English, the table can show information for no more than one person at a time. At Russian, the table can show information for more than one person.
They missed out. I mean, they kind of missed out. In this sentence, that's probably a fairly important word to miss out. But in yeah. Okay, that's kind of funny. All right. Should be reading in Russian. Okay, so yeah, I think I understand the problem now. I think it was mainly to do with, it wasn't even that sentence that was the main issue. I think it was mainly that I thought this was test 1, but it was test 2 in the note at the bottom. But so yeah, I understand the problem now. Thank you. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's the hard spot.
Is it? Because now you've got to schedule them. And I mean, based on their arrival times, I assume it never makes sense to treat someone earlier if they arrived later, because like if you just swapped them, it would be better. So so you're going to put them all in the first windows just in order of arrival, and then you just have to simulate that. I don't know how, off the top of my head, how hard that would be to simulate. Yeah, how did you
they're just like the first person is in this window, second person is in this window, third in this, fourth in this, fifth in this. Like they're just in cyclic order.
Yes, yeah. So for the first one, they're just cyclic, and then for the second one, Oh, it's for the second one. It's basically just the same, right? You've got the same problem.
Yeah. Like there can be as many windows as you want here.
Because now you just like now your arrival times are just the times that they finished the previous window. Nice. Yeah. See, talking to you, things begin to make sense somehow. All right, so that's problem me. Yeah, there was one of them. One of the problems you solved really quickly, actually. This was I think B in particular. I was like surprised how, not that I don't think you're strong, because you obviously are, but like I thought like just reading the problem and like typing would be like more of a limiting factor, but
also it was F where I had a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. Wait, what was F? F was the last problem you solved. Yeah, F was interesting. Okay, so we have a bunch of numbers on a number line and we have to remove some. F, I kind of don't know if I solved F. I didn't solve F, basically. I just started I made an assumption and started implementing it, hoping that it would be correct, because I didn't immediately see a counterexample, and then you finished before me anyway, even with your bugs. So
what maybe you don't understand, like what do you mean by what was your idea?
I just assumed that. So I couldn't find an example where you had to erase something from the middle instead of from prefix and suffix, if that makes sense.
Like you should, like, if you sort your array, you should remain consecutive. Take consecutive numbers.
I assume so, but I couldn't. Oh wait, actually, this might be easier to prove than I thought this would be quite hard to prove. So if you're not consecutive, then you've got some value outside, and you're just saying that if you move that value, you'd much rather that value was closer to the rest of your values.
Actually, I didn't even try to prove it. I thought it's like obvious.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think it's fairly easy to prove. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. So if it's not consecutive, I mean, you can go ahead if you want. I think I know how to do it.
Wait a second. I'm not sure.
So for everyone watching, the problem is like just a reminder. The problem, you have n stations, and you have to at different positions on the number line, and you have to erase all except k of them, so that of the remaining ones, like the average distance between a pair of stations, or equivalently the total distance between all pairs, is minimized. So you want them to be close together. So intuitively, it kind of makes sense that you should keep a contiguous segment of the stations. And I think there's a not too difficult proof for that as well.
Yeah, like if you have something in the middle, then you can move either like this thing in the middle has two neighbors.
Yeah.
Then you can move either the left neighbor to this number or right neighbor, and get a smaller answer.
Okay, so you're taking, so you've got like, let's say k is, well, we don't really care what k is, but
yeah, I can, like, if you have,
yeah, feel so that I don't have to screen share. That makes it easier. Thanks.
Like you have picked these points that you have some point in between. Then, like, either this part is at most k over 2, either this part is at most k over 2. Like let's assume that this part is more scalar too.
Yeah, so you pick the smaller half, and you move.
Yeah. Then we can move this to this, and these segments will increase to D, and these segments will decrease to D. So total sum of segments will decrease. It's contradiction, yeah.
Yep.
But I actually even didn't think about this at all. It's always good to pick but yeah, maybe I need to think about it.
Makes sense. I don't know why. Like I realized it and I was implementing it. I still thought it was wrong. I don't know why. Like maybe I guess my intuition was just off. But I was implementing this as a sort of like I assume this problem is harder, but this doesn't seem to be wrong immediately. And I was just hoping that yeah, okay.
Yeah, then like I think it was better to just move the window here and keep track of the sum, but I just do it with prefix sum, like prefix sums of AI and prefix sums of IAI. Then you can get segment, and then the answer is like you should get this number with -2, this number with 0, this number with 2. So this is minus k minus 1 sum AI on this subsegment. So this is like something like that's prefix minus I prefix k minus prefix I, and this is prefix I plus k minus prefix I.
Yeah.
I had a lot of mistakes in this formula. Well, that's why I have a lot of wrong answers.
I see. Yeah. That seems like a very complicated simplification to make, although like in theory it might just be easier to implement if you're just comfortable with prefix sums. Yeah, that makes
also,
sense.
I had wrong answer 11. Like it was very funny because I said like infinity to 10, 18 and count this like sum of distances. But okay, as I understood, this can be the only reason. Yeah, but this sum of distances can be up to probably n square over 4 to 10 in 8, which is like
yeah,
which is more than 10 and 18.
Oh, it's like wait, what was n? N was 3 times 10 to the 5.
Yeah.
So that's like just over 10 because they wouldn't make it so much over that it wouldn't fit in long, but
yeah. So I coded it on Python, so I just replaced it with big amount.
Ah, okay. Wait, did you do everything in Python?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I was trying to implement the window on this with like the sliding, maintain the sum of all values in the window and the sum of distance.
This is the easy method.
You were just like, you didn't want to make it too easy. Yeah, nice work. Yeah, I mean, good intuition, obviously, just like seeing that this is correct.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so I guess that's all the problems we went through. Good luck in the finals. Yeah, you made it to the semis last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, your next opponent's quite tough, but best of luck.
Thank you. Good luck. You too.
Yeah, thanks. By the way, I believe we've. I don't think we spoke, but I believe we've met in person. Like I didn't speak to you, but we were at the same event because we were at the ICPC last year.
Like this year or previous in Astana?
As in this one in Baku.
Yeah.
I was in Baku. Yeah.
You were in Cambridge.
I was on the Cambridge team last year. Yes.
Did you get medals?
We didn't know. We came 15th.
15?
No, 5-0. We didn't.
I remember that some English team got the medals. Maybe it was Oxford.
Did they? I didn't think Oxford got a. Cambridge got a medal the year before us. The previous year.
Previous year we were 22nd.
Yeah. Slight improvement to the next year, right? Yeah. I don't know if people watching know, but you guys won ICPC World Champions, right? Congratulations on that too. I guess that's more of a thing to congratulate than winning this.
Do you have more attempts? Do you have one more attempt?
I've only been to one world final, but I don't know if I'll still be at Cambridge, but wherever I'll be, I'll probably try again. Yeah. Anyway, it was nice to meet you and nice to face up against you. I guess the result was probably inevitable, although I was hoping maybe that I'd do a bit better, but
yeah, nice to meet you. So bye.
Yeah, thanks for joining us as well on the stream. Appreciate it. Good luck. Bye. Okay. That was cool. All right. That's it. We're ending it like that. Damn. Okay. Well, let me just pull up the bracket just to show you what's going on, but I guess I won't be participating in this anymore. So this is the bracket. This is me. It's the end of the road for me, but everyone here, the last 16 will be next weekend. This weekend. So starting in 2 days. So Maxime, who I just faced, will be against. Where is he? Huh. I thought he said he was against Igor. Okay, I don't know who he's against, but he will be in the round of 16. So yeah, you can go ahead and watch that. It'll be live on like the front page of Codeforces or whatever. This was a fun road, and it was nice getting back into competitive programming a little, taking some time away from uni and stuff. Okay. So thanks for watching. Those of you that are still here, I've got some messages in the chat. Okay. I've got some messages from Edu, who I think was the previous opponent of Maxime. So yeah, he beat me by a lot more than he beat you. So Yeah, good fight you put up. I watched your stream as well. He says, I think you might be the only master in this round. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone else in this round is. I don't know how I got this far. I think everyone else in this round is like LGM or high IGM. Maybe just, well, yeah, I'm quite happy with how I did, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate the support. Yeah. This is a nice format, I think. It's interesting. It's fast paced, so I think that makes it kind of interesting to watch compared to maybe things like regular live streams where it's interesting still because people are solving tough problems, but if you don't really have a sense of what they're solving, especially if they're like, if you're watching like a tourist stream, it's interesting and impressive that he's like solving problems so quickly, but you don't really know what's going on that well. So I think this is an interesting format because it's very intense. So it's fun to watch. I think even for people that don't do competitive programming as much, it's still fun to watch. Yeah. The 1v1 format is quite cool. And particularly, there used to be a knockout format as well, which was similar to this, but all the problems were revealed immediately, and it's just for each problem, whoever solves it first locks that problem and wins on that problem. But this is even more intense because it's just your opponent is on the same problem. It's like they're breathing down your neck. It's more intense, and I think that makes it more fun to watch. So I'm kind of expecting that this format might grow, and I mean it is growing. I think people are watching it a fair amount. It's quite popular. I mean, there are a few hundred people watching the stream, which is there were, which is quite cool. So I've got I've got a challenge. Is that a challenge? I would be down. I would be down. So I've got Edu in the chat. I don't know your name. I'm afraid. I just know your handle. But yeah, I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to battle you. So yeah, let's arrange one. I appreciate the challenge. Let's do that at some point. Okay, I've looked you up. Eduardo. I hope I'm saying that right, but Eduardo. Yes. Yeah. Let's do one. Let's do it. Let's face off. Okay. Another friend of mine is in the chat. Sam is also in the chat. Okay. Sam also wants to face off. We can do like a mini tournament of ours if you like, or just a bunch of friendlies first. But if we find enough people, we can put something together. But yeah, I'm happy to face both of you at some point. At some point soon. That'd be cool. So yeah, let's arrange that. All right. I've got a request to move the chat onto the screen. I can do that. except first I have to find the chat. Good. Can I full screen this? Yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, so this is the chat. I can take the scoreboard off now as well. Yeah, this is popped out. This is popped out. It's like on the video. I'm not gonna do this because I don't want the inception going on. Yeah, so both Sam and Eduardo have dropped some challenges in the chat. So let's do that at some point soon. Should be fun. Make it official. All right. Yeah, this stream I guess has probably gone on for too long now, but yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, thanks guys for watching, and thanks for the support. I guess it was a tough one. I'll see those of you watching at some point, and I'll see Eduardo and Sam in a future round. Yeah, great having you guys. Goodbye.